Yes, we're talking about the B word, healing one boundary at a time. And I am here with my friend and my sister, Melissa, and she's going to be one of the amazing speakers. We have known each other for almost 10 years. It's hard to believe. I was thinking about this earlier today.
Yeah.
September 11th of 2015 is when we met. And
Yeah.
for that, because it was an important day when we both started some training that kind of helped us on our journey. And so we have stayed connected through Facebook and just some stuff like that. And then the last year or so, you really dug in with Safe Heart Connections. And
Mhm.
I'm so excited to be on this journey with you as you're doing your own coaching and you're helping in the world in the way that you do. And so just introduce yourself just so everybody knows who you are and just whatever you're comfortable with a little bit. And then we'll just talk about boundaries and about the event coming up.
Okay. I'm Melissa Moss, as she's mentioned. I am a mindset coach that works with women who have overcome childhood depression, who come out of it and realize, oh, there's a life now. What do I do with it? Teaching living in the present moment, setting goals, all of these types of things that they never thought about growing up of what I want to be when I grow up, because that just never crossed their minds. It didn't cross mine anyway. So I got to be an adult and had a child and a reason to live. And then it was like, okay, now what? What do I do now? And so it's just through my healing journey and thing, I hope that I can help other women as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting to me because we all have challenges in life and our lives were very different. Me, you and I, our lives were very different. But I struggled with suicidal ideations and nobody knew about it.
Mhm.
And like I literally was the girl known for smiling. Like that was my thing. And I wrote smile and everything. And I was the smile girl and still am a smile girl, only now it's real.
It's genuine. Yeah.
It's genuine. It's genuine. Yeah. And so, luckily, September 25th of 2015, during that process we were part of, is the day I took suicide off the table as an option forever for me. And and I wish I could remember what was said in that training because I'd be teaching everybody. I don't even know I know it was Martin Boyd was the one speaking, and
Yes.
and I don't remember what he said but all I know is like in that moment, I knew I was not doing it was just not an option. And
And that's how it was when my son was born. It's, okay, I have to live for another person that depends on me, and I want to be a good mother. And so that's when I took suicide off the table. And then it was just
he
like,
just
okay, now
graduated from
what?
high school.
Yes, just graduated from high school. And he's not leaving the nest. I'm leaving the nest. I'm going headed out to Portugal for 3 months. My husband's over there, already a resident, and so eventually we'll be living there, but going back and forth with my son starting school, so that's exciting stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you have been a good mom, and even more than being a good mom, you've been good to yourself, and so I've seen you on the journey of doing the work to get to a place where you really can help other women on the
Yeah.
journey, and so let's just talk a little bit about boundaries. Let me before we do, though, um, the B Word Healing One Boundary at a Time virtual summit is July 7th through 11th. There's going to be a link around this video that you'll be able to click through, ladies, to sign up. It is free to sign up. Once you click the information, it's going to take you to the next page where you set up your information so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you do that. And it is, we have 31 amazing speakers that are going to share their heart and their experience. And boundaries, I believe, I, is the second step on the healing journey, in my opinion. The first step is learning who you are. And then the second step is setting boundaries because you can't set the boundaries until you know who you are. And so that's why we're doing boundaries because it's so important to do it close to the front of your journey. Because if you don't, it's not going to work. So
Oh,
can
absolutely.
you share just Melissa, you don't have to talk about necessarily what you're going to talk about at the summit, but just something when you think about boundaries and how they've impacted your life or something that comes to mind for you.
I think a lot of times with childhood depression, there is a lot of trauma that usually comes along with it. And there are so many ways that you don't know how to set boundaries when you are growing up that way. You're such a people pleaser. You just want to make people happy. You want to be accepted. I was bullied. I wanted anything to be accepted. I didn't learn how to set boundaries until I got into probably the last, I'd say, I'd probably say the last 4 or 5 years have I learned how to set them and keep them and maintain them, knowing that it's for my own self-care to be able to say no to people and be able to know what is too much of me. When I as you always put it, not filling your cup up, you have nothing to give to anybody else. But if you're not setting those boundaries, you're not giving yourself any allowances for yourself on what you're allowed to say no to. And it's okay to say no.
And it
You know,
is a yes. Yes.
whether it's time commitment or energy or just mental capacity, you can say no. And not everyone is going to like you, and that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you talked about a couple of different things that I could hit on. You mentioned the word overflow, which is one of my favorite things. And if you don't say no, if you have your cup and you don't say no to things that don't serve you, you keep pouring out and keep pouring out, then you look in your cup and you're like, crap. And in there, and what do I have to give myself? And you're like, oh no. And so by saying yes to the things that support you and no to the things that don't, you're able to keep your cup full to the overflow so that when you do give, you are able to give in better, bigger, bolder ways, more kind, loving, and generous because your cup is full. And so
Exactly.
it's a huge part of it. And so, yeah, I'm really excited that you're going to be one of the speakers at the event. And ladies, make sure you get signed up. I don't know exactly when this video is going to go live, but if it's still up, it's time for you to RSVP. It's time.
Very
It's
much
time. It's
so.
time. Yeah. And so I'm so excited. You have any closing thoughts, Melissa, before we shut?
Awesome. I'm excited to speak. I'm gonna dive into where women have problems setting boundaries and how to go about learning how to set those boundaries.
Oh, good. I'm so excited. I can't wait. All right. I will see you soon. Have a good
You
afternoon.
too.
Bye.